everyone! Today for our foundational skills videos, we're going to start off with onsets and rhyme again. So that is when you tell me the beginning of the word, the beginning part, and then the ending part. So I'm going to play a little game with you. I'm going to hold up a card and it's going to have an animal on it. And whenever I hold up the card, I want you to tell me the beginning sound and then the ending sound, and then we'll say it. So let's practice with this one. Okay, this word begins with the k and ends with the at. So it sounds our k, at, cat, just like that. And that's how we're gonna play the game. So I have a bunch of different animals here. Ready? Here is the first one. Okay. What is the beginning sound of this word? D. Then the ending sound is uck. D, uck, duck. Very good. Let's see what the next animal is going to be. What is this animal? The first sound is f. The ending sound is ox. F, ox, fox. Very good. Here's our next animal. Let's see what I got. Okay, what is this? The first sound is g. The last sound is oat. G, oat, goat. Very good. Here's the next one. This is a hen. In, hen, in, hen. Some people might think that's chicken, but it's a hen. We're going to call it a hen. Okay, here's the next one. What is this? Okay, the first sound is the last sound is orse. Orse. Horse. Very good. Okay, here's the next one. The first sound is er. The ending sound is at. At. Rat. At, rat. Very good. Okay, here's our next one. The first sound is b. B. The last sound is air. B. Air. Bear. Very good. Okay, we have one more. Okay, the beginning sound is mm. Mm. The ending sound is ouse. Ouse. Mm. Ouse. Mouse. You guys are getting really good at that. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do, I'm going to turn you guys so you can see our chart paper. So we are going to build some words, okay? So I have some Post-its up here with some different letters on it. So the first letter I'm going to put up here is an N. Everyone, can you make the sound that an N makes? N, n. Very good. So the word that we're going to use is at the very end of this sentence. And the sentence is, Andrew likes to nap. Can you all say nap? So that first sound you hear is n, n. So we have our N right here. I'm going to move it so you guys can see it a little better. Okay, so that first sound you hear is n, n. Now, the vowel sound I'm going to put next is ah. Can you all say ah? N, ah. Okay, so the word is naps. And the last letter sound that we hear, what do you guys hear in nap? So you already hear n, a, p, p. Nap. N, a, p. Nap. Very good. Now I'm going to add a letter to this word to make the word naps. Naps. What letter do you think I need to add? Shout it out if you know it. What letter would make this word naps? Right now I have nap. What letter do I need to add? We've been talking about how that S would make the S. So we know the S says S. So now I have naps, which means more than one nap. Naps. Very good. Now, I'm going to change the beginning sound of this word. Okay, and I'm going to change it, and I'm going to add this letter. Do you all know what this says now? It said naps, but I took away that N, and I added a T. So what sound does T make? T, t. Very good. So now let's put it with apps. T, apps. Taps. Taps. Very good. Next, I'm going to change our vowel sound. So instead of a, I'm going to add the I. So now it's going to say t-ips. T-ips. So it said taps, but I added that I, which is saying I. So now it's t-ips. Everyone say tips. Very good. Now I'm going to leave that ips, and I'm going to add a different letter, a beginning sound. Okay, so we had tips, but I changed that first letter, so it's not a t sound anymore. What sound does this letter make? S. So let's put that with ips. S, ips. S, ips. Sips. Very good. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this sound right here. So instead of that p, p, it's going to have the t, t. So we know s, it's, s, it's. So now instead of sips, it says sits. Okay, and the very last thing that we are going to do is we are going to read our Start Right Reader, our decodable text. And this book, oops, I have a Post-it stuck, is called Fit It. Okay? So our words that we're going to be reading in this are sits and with. Can you all say those words? Sits and with. Very good. So what do you notice about this picture? I want you guys to look at this picture for a minute. So what do you think that she's doing? I want you all to look at that. Yeah, it looks like she's at a grocery store and she's putting things in a bag. So, have you all ever been to a grocery store before? You have? Okay, so what kind of different jobs are there at grocery stores? There are people who bag your groceries, people who check you out and scan your groceries, people who load the shelves, and people that can just help you, right? Okay, so we are gonna read this. So we're gonna read right here. So this is called Fit It. Okay? So we're gonna start right here. It says, fit it. She fits it in. So, does she fit the grocery in the bag? Yes, she does. Yes, she fits it in the bag. Okay. It says, dab it. It sits in a pan. She dabs it a bit. Okay, so who dabs the cake? Who's dabbing it? She does, right? The person decorating it. So that's one of the jobs for at the grocery store. People who decorate cakes at the bakery. Okay. This says, fit it. She fits the tabs in. So who fits the tabs in? It says she does, the person working there. So someone has to put the prices on stuff, don't they? Okay, let's turn it. Okay, this says dip it. She has pans with dips. Okay, so what does she have pans with? Or what does she have, what does she have pans with? What do these pans have in it? Different kinds of dips. Right? So that's another job at the grocery store. Okay. Let's read this page. It says, fit it. She fits 10 cans in. Does she fit the cans in there? Yes, she does. Okay. This is our last page, and it says, tip it. He tips it in bins. So what does he tip these loaves of bread into? What is he putting it in? In different bins, right? So his job is to fill up bins. He's filling it up with bread. Okay. Very good. So did you guys learn about different kinds of jobs that are in grocery stores? Yes, you did. So on this page right here, we are going to read these words. And it says, what is the same? Okay, so we're going to find out what's the same about these words. So let's read them. Tips, fits, bins, sits, dabs, and dips. What do you notice about those words? What's the same about all those words? They all have an S at the end. Very good. And whenever we were reading, all of these words were in our text, in our book. Has, it, he, and she. So all of those are our words to know. Great job, guys.